Welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from across the country and around the world to set the tone for your day. From BJP's CEC meeting to rift in the Trinamool Congress, stay tuned as we bring you the latest on this and more grounded realities in this segment. And let's quick start today's Mega News Day here on Republic, as always with the nation first, this Quick Morning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired the key meeting with BJP National President JP Nadda and other senior leaders on Friday to discuss the party's second list of candidates for the upcoming Delhi Assembly election scheduled for February 5. The Central Election Committee meeting held at the BJP headquarters was attended by Union Home Minister Amit, Shah, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and other CEC members. The discussion centered on finalizing candidates for the high-stakes election, with voting set for February 5 and results to be counted on February 8. Earlier in the day, Amit Shah participated in a crucial core meeting, while Nadda had met with the party's election management committee to review preparations. The BJP had already released its first list of 29 candidates on January 4, setting the stage for competitive races across the capital, with prominent figures like Dushyant Gautam, Manjinder Singh Sirsa and Paresh Verma in the fray. Next, the Delhi court on Friday directed the Central Bureau of Investigation to issue a 3-day prior written notice to Congress MP Karti Chidambaram in connection with a fresh corruption case. Now, the case alleges that Chidambaram provided relief to liquor company Diageo Scotland regarding a ban on the duty-free sale of its whiskey. The order was passed while the court was hearing Chidambaram's anticipatory bail and application, which raises concerns over the possibility of his arrest upon returning to India on January 12. Now, Chidambaram's counsel expressed fears that the CBI may have initiated a lookout circular to detain him at the airport, but the agency denied these claims, stating that there were no immediate concerns about his arrest. Next, ISRO's ambitious space docking experiment, or SpaceX, is set to bring two satellites, SDX-01 and CEC and SDX-02, the target, closer together after a series of delays. The spacecraft, currently 1.5 kilometers apart, are expected to drift closer to just 500 meters by the morning. The docking experiment, which aims to test space docking technology, has been postponed twice due to drifting issues between the satellites. The experiment, launched on December 30, is a significant step for ISRO, as space docking has only been successfully mastered by the US, Russia and China. And in a separate incident on Friday, 2 IED blasts in Chhattisgarh's Narayanpur district resulted in the death of one villager and injuries to 3 others. The blasts, allegedly planted by Maoists, occurred in the Orcha police station area. One villager was killed and 2 others injured in a pressure-activated IED blast in Kurushnar village, while 20-year-old Shubham Podium was seriously injured after stepping on another IED along the Adar Itul road. Meanwhile, in Bijapur district, 4 Maoists were arrested by the local police and Central Reserve Police Force during a security operation. Explosives, including a tiffin box and beer bottle bombs, were seized from the suspects. These incidents come amid the ongoing threat posed by Maoists, who have targeted both civilian and security personnel with IEDs in the Bastar region. Next, the Trinamool Congress on Friday suspended its former Rajya Sabha MP Shantanu Sen and ex-MLA Arabul Islam for alleged anti-party activities, according to the party's state vice president Jay Prakash Majumdar. Now, Sen, who is a doctor and a loyalist of the TMC National General Secretary Abhishek Banerjee, had recently drawn attention for his criticism of the police investigation into the rape and murder of a medic at RG Gaur Medical College and Hospital, causing internal party unrest. Sen expressed confusion over his suspension, stating he had not received any official communication and questioning the logic behind the decision. Meanwhile, Islam, a controversial figure from Bhangur, has faced repeated issues within the party, including conflicts with other party leaders. The suspensions are seen as rewiring measures ahead of the 2026 state polls.
गलत है क्योंकि आरजीकर का इशू का जो मूवमेंट है वो किसी एक आदमी द्वारा नहीं हो सकता है और हमने कभी भी कोई पार्टी के खिलाफ कोई हमारा लीडरशिप के खिलाफ एक शब्द भी नहीं बोला, कभी भी नहीं बोला, कहीं पे भी नहीं बोला। कोई आदमी है जो मेरा बहुत ज्यादा वेल विशर है, वो लीडरशिप को ये समझाने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि आरजीकर का मूवमेंट हमने करवाया, लेकिन आरजीकर का जो ये मूवमेंट है ये कोई एक आदमी द्वारा नहीं हो सकता। ये आपको भी मालूम है, मेरे को भी मालूम है।
And Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has urged against politicizing the recent mine tragedy in the state, emphasizing the importance of humanitarian response. He clarified that the mine involved was not illegal but an abandoned site that had been inactive for 12 years. He stated that the individuals involved in the incident had entered the mine illegally for mining purposes, arresting speculation about the involvement of Semdebolal Garlosa. Sarman confirmed that Garlosa's name had not surfaced in the police investigation and those implicated have been arrested. The tragedy has sparked concerns about mine safety and a renewed call for stricter actions.
It was a abandoned mine. It was not a illegal mine. This mine was legally operated by Assam Mineral Development Corporation till 3 years back. It was abandoned for last 12 years. So that was the first day these people entered into the well. So AMDC has abandoned all these mines 12 years back.
To make politics out of it, so we have to look at it as a human tragedy.
And Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Pawan Kalyan, has demanded an apology from Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam's officials following a deadly stampede at the temple complex. During a visit to the victims, Kalyan expressed deep concern over the tragedy, particularly the plight of an elderly woman from Tamil Nadu. He called for the TDD chairman, executive officer and additional executive officer to take responsibility for the incident, apologize to the victims and their families and provide adequate compensation. Remember, 6 people were killed in the incident. Next, the Banjara Hills police station registered a case against BRS working president KT Ramarao on Friday for allegedly causing road obstruction and public nuisance near the Anti-Corruption Bureau office following his questioning in the Formula E race case on January 9. The case was filed after a complaint from the traffic police who claimed Rao's departure from the ACB office to the nearby BRS office caused disruption. The BRS has dismissed the case, accusing the Congress government of vendetta politics for Rao's vocal criticism of the government's unfulfilled promises. And the Delhi police arrested an illegal Bangladeshi migrant, Hamidul, who's 23 years old, and his maternal aunt, Nasima, for allegedly possessing 768 grams of heroin worth rupees 8 crore in the market. An official said this on Friday. The anti-narcotic squad of the Southeast District apprehended the duo from the Sunlight Colony area after a raid based on a secret tip. Hamidul, who had entered India illegally 3 months ago, was involved in drug peddling to earn quick money, while Nasima, a former news channel employee, is accused of supplying the heroin. During the investigation, authorities seized a total of 155 grams of high-quality heroin from the two. And we are tracking the top business stories for the day. We bring you the latest updates on India's economic landscape, from fluctuations in the GDP growth to significant developments in trade relations and foreign portfolio investments. Stay tuned as we delve into the key highlights shaping the business world today. China gears up for a string of festive celebrations in the run-up to the traditional Spring Festival holiday in late January and early February. The vibrant explosion of flower sales has turned the markets into a colorful frenzy. Waves of consumers were flocking to a flower market in Beijing to purchase a variety of flowers such as a butterfly orchid and bougainvillea, a plant typically found in southern China but increasingly popular among consumers in the north. The Chinese New Year Festival show was held in Hong Kong on Tuesday. displaying a variety of flowers cultivated in Hong Kong and overseas. China has also emerged as the world's largest flower producer. In 2023, China's flower retail market reached 216.58 billion yuan, which is roughly about $29.54 million. And the rupee declined 18 paisa to breach the 86 mark against the US dollar for the first time on Friday, as it failed to resist pressure from a stronger American currency and huge outflow of the foreign funds. Now, the local unit settled at 86.04 against the US currency. Surging crude oil prices overseas and negative sentiment in the domestic equity markets also weighed down on the Indian currency, forex traders said. Now, the dollar is expected to strengthen on increased demand amid the anticipation of restrictive trade measures by the new U.S. administration after Trump takes over as the president on January 20. At the interbank foreign exchange, the rupee opened at 85.88, hit the intraday peak of 85.85 before breaching the 86 mark. Brent crude, the global oil benchmark, surged 1.96% to US dollar 78.43 per barrel in futures trade. In the domestic equity market, the 30-share BSE Sensex declined 241.3 points to settle at 77,378.91 points, while the Nifty dropped 95 points to 23,431.5 points. And Vodafone Idea Limited issued and raised rupees 1,909 crore through the preferential allotment of 1.69 billion equity shares to its promoters Omega Telecom Holdings and Usha Martin Telematics at rupees 11.28 per share. The capital infusion, approved by the board in December 2024 and endorsed by shareholders in January 2025, boosts VIL's paid-up equity share capital of over rupees 7,130 crore. Now, this funding comes on the heels of Vodafone Group clearing rupees 11,654 crore in debt, further strengthening Vodafone India Limited's financial position as it continues to navigate the competitive telecom landscape. And Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport has achieved a significant milestone by earning Level 5 accreditation from Airports Council International, becoming the first airport in India and third globally to receive this prestigious recognition. This achievement places CSMIA among the world's top performing airports in terms of passenger satisfaction and operational excellence. The airports focus on enhancing the passenger experience through design thinking, methodologies, data-driven solutions, and digital-first approach has been key to this success. Notable initiatives include the expansion of e-gates, the introduction of the Avio app, and the reintroduction of the Perfect program with comfort dogs. And Mercedes-Benz India posted record sales in 2024, registering a 12% increase with 19,565 units sold, up from 17,408 in 2023. Now, the company saw a significant surge in battery electric vehicle sales, which nearly doubled year on year, now comprising over 6% of its total sales. 1 in 4 cars sold with a top-end vehicle priced above rupees 1.5 crore. Looking ahead, Mercedes plans to roll out 8 new models in 2025, including BEVs and refreshed versions of its existing lineup. The automaker also aims to expand its network with 20 new luxury outlets across India, representing a rupees 450 crore investment by its franchisee partners. Now, with a strong order bank of over 2,000 cars and a positive market outlook, the company remains confident in continuing its growth trajectory despite potential challenges from fluctuating exchange rates and global geopolitical uncertainties. Moving on, the Renault 5 Electric was named Car of the Year 2025 at the Brussels Motor Show on Friday. Now, this marks the second consecutive year that Renault has won the prestigious title with an electric vehicle. The Renault 5 triumphed with 353 points, surpassing the Kia EV3 And Citroën C3 is only the second car brand in the 62-year-old history of the competition to secure the title 2 years in a row. Now, Renault's CEO Fabrice Cambolive hails the win as a testament to the company's ability to remain competitive while producing vehicles in Europe for European consumers. Next, Ethiopia launched its new securities exchange market, the Ethiopian Entrepreneurs Market, acronymed as ESX, on Friday, marking a significant step toward opening the economy to private investment. Inaugurated by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, the ESX will operate across 3 key segments: property, fixed income, and financial markets, serving business institutions, government, and other entities. This development revives the country's securities exchange, which was previously operational in the 1960s and 70s before being shut down by a specialist military government in 1974. And moving on to our international segment, where we are tracking the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Stay tuned as we unravel the latest updates shaping the global landscape. President-elect of the United States Donald Trump was sentenced in his hush money case on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. However, he received no penalty, allowing him to assume the presidency without jail time or fines. Manhattan Judge Juan M. Merchant issued an unconditional discharge, avoiding constitutional conflicts. Trump, who denied all the allegations that were raised on him and the wrongdoings and labeled the case a political witch hunt, was accused of paying $130,000 to silence adult star Stormy Daniels over an alleged affair, which, of course, he denied.
That's a big story. Yeah. So, if I get it right, the fake witch hunt started by the DOJ, having to do with books and records, and Biden had many more, and he wasn't protected by the Presidential Records Act. I was. But all of that fake stuff that took the lives of people, I mean, literally destroyed people. People are destroyed because of what they did. Destroyed. But we got to be president.
And a fire broke out in the Hollywood Hills on Wednesday night, threatening iconic landmarks like the Hollywood Bowl and Walk of Fame, as multiple major fires across Los Angeles continued to wreak havoc. The blazes have killed 5 people, left 130,000 under evacuation orders, and destroyed nearly 1,900 structures, including schools and homes. Now, despite easing winds and incoming out-of-state firefighter support, officials warn that the fires remain out of control, with significant damages in areas like Pacific Palisades, where the destruction has been called the worst in LA history.
We have experienced a tremendous tragedy here in our community. To date, we have over 100,000 people under mandatory evacuation. We've had 5 fatalities, and then we have close to another 100,000 people who have been warned to evacuate because they are in a danger zone.
And Joe Biden hosted a briefing on the LA area wildfires in the Oval Office on Friday, describing the fires as the worst in California history and warning that significant challenges still remain. Vice President Kamala Harris, the California Governor Gavin Newsom, and LA Mayor Karen Bass participated in the briefing, with Newsom thanking Biden for federal support while criticizing misinformation surrounding the crisis.
Overnight, local, state, and federal firefighters were able to partially prevent some of the largest fires from spreading into new areas. 3% in Pasadena has been kept from spreading, 8% in Pacific Palisades, 35% in Ventura, and 37% in Sylmar. But this time yesterday, these fires are mostly spreading out of control. We've still got a long way to go, as we're about to hear from the governor and others.
And Earth recorded its highest year ever in 2024, surpassing the critical 1.5 degrees Celsius climate threshold set by the 2015 Paris Agreement. Multiple weather agencies, including the European Commission's Copernicus Climate Service, like the UK's Meteorology Office and Japan's Weather Agency, confirmed that last year's global temperatures exceeded 2023's record, marking an unprecedented surge in global warming. Now, scientists called for growing urgency in addressing climate change, with scientists citing fossil fuel emissions as the primary driver of the heat.
The World Meteorological Organization will later today confirm that 2024 was the hottest year on record. We saw extraordinary land and sea surface temperatures, extraordinary ocean heat, accompanied by, as we all know, very extreme weather affecting many countries around the world, destroying lives, livelihoods, hopes and dreams.
And the Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro was sworn in for a third term on Friday, despite widespread claims of electoral fraud and credible evidence suggesting his opponent won the latest election. The inauguration, which took place before the National Assembly and international delegates, comes amid ongoing protests in Venezuela and abroad against Maduro's increasingly repressive regime. The event follows reports of brief detention of the opposition's leading figure by state security forces amid the nation's deepening political crisis. And Greenland's Prime Minister Amit Egede expressed on Friday that the people of the mineral-rich Arctic territory do not wish to be part of the United States, acknowledging the U.S. interest in the island's strategic location. Egede's comments followed President-elect Donald Trump's suggestion earlier this week that the U.S. might consider using force or economic pressure to make Greenland part of the U.S., while Greenland remains an autonomous territory of Denmark. Egede emphasized that the desire for greater cooperation with the U.S. while asserting Greenland's identity and aspirations for independence. It's time now to delve into the world of sports with our segment dedicated to all the action-packed highlights and exciting match-ups. We are going to bring you stories from sports, including from Pratika Rawal's maturity during her show. Stay tuned. And Pratika Rawal showcased maturity beyond her experience, while Tejal Sabnis capped a memorable comeback, posting a 50 each as India outplayed an inexperienced Ireland by 6 wickets to take a 1-0 lead in the 3-match Women's ODI series. Rawal anchored the modest run chase of 239 after stand-in skipper Smriti Mandhana's brisk 41, smashing 10 fours and 1 6 for a career-best 89 from 96 balls. And the controversy surrounding Larsen & Toubro's chairman S.N. Subramaniam's comments about wanting his employees to work even on Sundays continues to spread like wildfire. His remarks about workplace culture are being bashed on social media. Former India shuttler Jwala Gutta also had a scathing assessment to make, saying it is sad to see people not taking mental health and mental rest seriously. 24-time Grand Slam winner Novak Djokovic revealed that he was poisoned on his short stay in the Melbourne back in 2022 during the COVID row. Djokovic's comments come just a couple of days before the start of the Australian Open 2025, where the world number 7 is seeking his record 25th Grand Slam. Djokovic's claim date 3 years back in January 22, when he was deported for being non-vaccinated against the coronavirus. As soon as he landed in Melbourne to play in the Australian Open 2022, he was detained for his vaccination status against coronavirus. Moving on, Smriti Mandhana is not pleased that India let Ireland off the hook due to fielding lapses, saying they should have restricted their opponents to under 180 in the opening ODI. India had reduced Ireland to 56 for 4 in the 14th over, but the visitors went on to score 238 for 7, with skipper Gabby Lewis and Leah Paul making most of 3 dropped catches and a few misfields, India overhauled the target without fuss, and Mandhana expressed her concerns regarding the substandard fielding. Former India cricketer Manoj Tiwari has never been one to shy away from speaking his mind, and his latest comments on Gautam Gambhir have ignited a storm on social media. The ex-India batter also weighed in on Ravichandran Ashwin's shock retirement before the Border Gavaskar Trophy last month. Ashwin's decision to step down from international cricket after the third test in Brisbane took the cricketing world by surprise, and Tiwari was quick to criticize the team management for how they treated the veteran off-spinner. Title contenders Odisha FC and Gokulam Kerala played out a 1-1 draw in the campaign opener in the India Women's League. But the goals came in the second half. Defending champions Gokulam took the lead in the 61st minute through Linda Comserto, while last edition's runners-up Odisha found the equalizer through Herman in the 87th minute. And tracking the buzz, it's time to delve into the world of entertainment. Today we bring you highlights from the world of Hollywood and pop culture. Elton John has reclaimed the top spot in the UK with his 9th album, Diamonds, a greatest hits collection first released in 2017. Despite spending 374 weeks on the chart, this is the first time the album has reached number 1. John beat out major artists like Sabrina Carpenter, SZA, Ed Sheeran, and The Weeknd for the top position. Excited about the achievement, John expressed his gratitude to fans, calling it a great start to the year. Diamonds features iconic hits like Your Song, Rocket Man, and Candle in the Wind, alongside I'm Still Standing, which was featured in London's New York's fireworks display. And Sharon Stone has thrown her support behind the shop in Los Angeles, collecting donations for victims of the LA wildfires. Stone visited the store and posted about it on her Instagram page to her 4 million plus followers. She urged people to donate clothes, shoes, and socks. Hailey Berry also voiced her support for the shop on Instagram, adding that she's packing up her closet and taking it to the store in order to help displaced families, while thanking Stone for her leadership. And that's a wrap on this segment of Quick Morning, but stay tuned to Republic. We come back with stories from across the world and around the country all day today.